Hey guys, Joe here, and here I'm to talk to you about how strong Cloud is in Super Smash Brothers 4, and I'm going to be going over some of the good parts about him, some of the bad parts about him, and overall how strong I feel he is. With all that said, let's get this started. So let's start off talking about his overall playstyle so far, and what he really does. Well, really, it's mostly equating to running away, charging your down B, spamming your neutral B a little bit, and keeping foes off you with your Nair, fair, and back air for the most part. You have to play quite defensive, and most of the time, if you go too ham, you'll be punished pretty dang badly. He is pretty fast and has a good jump, so he does have a great amount of mobility, but most of the time, that'll be used just for retreating with his attacks. He's just in general defensive, and if that's what you're looking for, then you're in great luck, but otherwise he may feel a little bit stale after a while. So now let's talk about a few great parts about his kit that really do make him quite great. Firstly, let us go over his aerials. Now these things are definitely the thing that make Cloud a pretty decent fighter. Almost all of them have a great use, and they all have very little ending lag, or at least they combo into something else, or at least they have a very good use. He can use his Nair to keep foes away, or he can use it to approach the enemy with no ending lag, so that's probably one of his only approaching moves, and it can also be comboed into tilts or grabs. He can go for back air for something very similar to Nair, but with a little bit longer range, and the ability once again to combo into something like a down tilt or a up tilt. Also, he does have his down air and up air, which are a little bit weird, but do combo into some insanely strong strings, and they really do give him a huge edge on any foe if you can get these strings down. Another thing to mention is that all of his aerials have huge range, and they're all disjointed, so that means that he beats almost every other attack that is thrown at him. In general, they're very quick, fast, and powerful, so that really equates to them being some of the best in the entire game. Second, I want to comment on how his limit breaks are. Now these things are his own little shebang, and these are really the things that he does rely upon to take a lot of stocks in a lot of his matches. It's pretty easy to charge since it just goes off being hit by the enemy, hitting the enemy, and just charging it with down B, so it's not really much of a hassle to get, and it's not as much of a hassle to get as something like a KO punch. The thing about this is that you'll probably be needing to charge it almost every single second you're out of battle, and every time you have a possibility for it, so then you can always have it up. When you do have it up, it gives you a kill move with your down B, a damaging move and slash kill move with your side B, a good recovery with his up B, which can also kill, and a good projectile with his neutral B. All these things give you a huge advantage when used, so keeping that bar high will be a key to victory. Next, I want to go over how he has a few very strong combos. Now, of course, these only work at very lower percents and are pretty hard to pull off, but in the end, they do actually work. Some of these can pull up to 50 damage or more, and of course, if you have limit break charge, you can even combo a lot of these into a kill move, so there's that. It's pretty ridiculous at some points. Now, these won't be used all the time, but are a pretty cool thing to mention about him, and you can find a lot of these on YouTube or just on Smash boards, so just look them up if you want to learn any. Cloud is in general good in the air, as I said, but I neglected to mention the fact that this also allows amazing gimping possibilities and how he can gimp a lot of fighters quite easily. He has a multitude of ways to do this, but there are a few of my favorites. The first one is forward air slash down air, which does of course spike them. You can also go back air, re-grab the ledge, and then back air again. You can go for a neutral air right off the ledge, just keep spamming that neutral air, or you can just spam your neutral B to keep giving them a little bit more knockback and damage, and this can just kill some people straight out, kind of like Ike. And finally, you can also go ham for the second part of your up B and spike them all the way down to Doom with you. Of course, overall, his ability to gimp and kill off stage is just huge, and I feel like this is one of the better parts about him. Fifth, let's go over his grab game at early percents. Now, I say at early percents because he can't really combo or do anything with a kill grab, or really anything at all later on, but at 0 to 20-ish%, he can do some things off his down throw, and they're at least okay. Now, these things can be a down throw into a jab, a down throw into down tilt into some aerial combos, or down throw into F tilt, which works a little bit later on. Now, there really isn't way too much going for Cloud in this department, but it's nice to know that he has at least something, even if it is just a very low percents. So I had to mention something about his smash attacks. Now these things are ridiculously powerful and often give Cloud a huge upper hand in battle. His down smash is extremely fast, does a large amount of damage while also killing, and it has a huge range, but the real meat and potatoes is his side smash. Now this is a 3-hit attack which kills at some of the earliest percentages in the entire game, and also has to be said that it's a quick smash attack and it does have a huge range, and some moves can even combo to it at least somewhat. Also, it does even more with rage, but in general it's pretty good even if you don't have any damage on yourself. Finally, I gotta say that he can easily cover most ledge options with his side B. Now, this is something I did forget to mention in my how-to video, so I'm gonna mention it right here. If the enemy is on the ledge and you side B with your limit break, there really isn't way too much that they can actually do. If they get up, they get hit. If they jump down, they also get hit. Or if they try to roll or just hold down to get downwards, they will also get hit. This is possibly the best way to beat people on the ledge in the game, so remember that and try to abuse that. Now let's talk about what's bad about him, and the main thing is that first, he has a very bad recovery without limit break, he gets comboed like mad, and he really has to rely on spacing in order to do very well. Now these are some very limited things about him, but he does have a lot of pros, so it sort of evens him out and makes him a pretty balanced character. Finally, in the end, how strong do I feel Cloud is? Well, I'd say that right now I can't put a tier placing on him, but I'd say he's just somewhere right underneath the best fighters in the game. He does so well versus many people, but very bad versus fast comboing characters, so he really can struggle in that department, and I really can't say that he's the best because of that. Personally, I feel like Cloud has quite a bit of potential and could easily climb the tier ladder later on if he is placed initially low or mid tier, but as far as it is right now, I'd say he's at least pretty decent. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to press that like button and comment down below how strong you feel like Cloud is. Also comment down below who you want me to do for next week, or at least next time. And also tell me if you want to see more how-tos, because I've been thinking about that, and if I got more support, I'd definitely do that. Also tell me if I am slowing down a little bit in my tone of speech. Some people complained about that last time, and I hope that I slowed down a little bit. With all that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.